Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing about complex permanent tissue. To understand complex permanent tissue, let us see its characteristics. First of all, this type of permanent tissue is made up of more than one type of cells, and these cells, they work together to form a particular function. In this figure, the red zone indicates the location of the xylem, and the other region, which is located with the help of a pointer, that is of the phloem. Xylem and phloem joins together to form the vascular bundle. Next, we will see the types of vascular tissue. Vascular tissue can be categorized under two headings. Number one, xylem. As you can see given in the figure, the location of the xylem, and the second one is phloem. Again, with the help of this figure, we can understand its location. The next, we will check out a figure of xylem and phloem, a schematic representation of the vascular bundle. To the left, in blue in color, it is the structure of xylem, where with the blue arrow line, it indicates the transpiration of water, as it shown that the water is moving upwards. Transpiration is that process where the plant loses water in the form of vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. So, the water which is absorbed by the root reaches the xylem, that moves upwards to the aerial parts, upper parts of the plant, and through the leaves the transpiration takes place. And the same place, the leaf, where water moves in, the leaves perform photosynthesis, and the food, organic food which is prepared, that is translocated throughout the plant. Now, on the right hand side, you can see the reddish colored tubular structure, which is mentioned as phloem. There, the red dotted structures are of those of sucrose, and the arrow indicates that the sucrose, the organic food molecule, is produced within the leaves, and through the arrow we can understand that it passes from the leaves to the rest of the regions of the plant. The next topic which we will discuss is on xylem. Xylem is that complex tissue which helps in conducting water and mineral salts. Not only that, it also provides mechanical strength, and xylem is also known as wood. Xylem has four elements. Number one, tracheids. Number two, vessels. Number three, xylem fibers. Number four, xylem parenchyma. Now, let us start with the first element, that is tracheids. These type of elements are seen to be long, tubular, dead cells, and their walls are seen to be made up of lignin. As you can see, the structure clearly indicates the tubular-like structure which is long. These structures have wider lumen and tapering ends. Apart from this, we can see the figure how these tracheids are aligned together and the unthickened areas help in the movement of water. The next element which we will discuss is vessels. These are very long tubes, and this element here, the wall is also made up of lignin. These structures are seen to possess pits. With the help of the structure, the dotted regions, as you can see within the structure, those regions are the pits. And vessels along with tracheids form tracheary elements, but they are more efficient. Vessels are more efficient than tracheids. The next element that we will discuss is xylem fibers. These are sclerenchyma fibers, and they have thick pitted walls. These structures are seen to have narrow lumen and tapering ends. The figure clearly indicates the region of the lumen and about the tapering ends. Xylem fibers are seen to provide mechanical strength. The next element which we discuss is xylem parenchyma. These elements are seen to have living cells present in them, and they help in storage of food also. The structure clearly indicates the shape of xylem parenchyma, and they also help in slow lateral conduction of water. Let us see the functions of xylem. First, it helps in conduction of sap. Sap means nothing but minerals and water. Next, as you can see the figure, the blue line indicates the movement, the direction of water and minerals. This xylem helps in providing mechanical strength, and it also helps to make wood. Next, we will discuss on phloem, the second type of vascular tissue. This tissue helps in conduction of organic food. It is the living conducting tissue. As you can see the figure here, it clearly makes us understand with the help of all the elements the structure that forms phloem. Phloem is made up of 4 elements here: sieve tube, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. The next slide, the first of the elements of the phloem that we will discuss is sieve tubes. Sieve tubes are living conducting channels. As you can see the figure here, it clearly indicates the structure of a sieve tube, along with the pores which are seen to be present on the sieve plates. These sieve tubes are formed of sieve tube cells, and their transverse walls are seen to be perforated and are called sieve plates. The walls are known as sieve plates, which are seen to be perforated. As you can see the structure here, it clearly explains the position of the sieve tube plate, which is just mentioned at the bottom, and you can clearly see that each and every plate, as it is aligned, they are perforated. Pores are present in them, and sieve tubes are seen to have no nucleus and they are vacuolated. The next element that we will discuss on phloem is companion cell. These cells are thin-walled cells and they have dense cytoplasm with prominent nucleus, and along with this structure we can clearly understand the position of the companion cell, and this cell helps to maintain proper pressure gradient. The next element is phloem parenchyma. These elements of phloem, these are thin-walled and living. As you can see within the structure, within the section of phloem, this is what we are discussing now, phloem parenchyma. These cells help to store foods and they also help in slow lateral conduction of food. The next element that we will discuss is phloem fibers. These are thick-walled, spindle-shaped dead cell, and as you can see the structure here, it clearly indicates the presence of narrow lumen, and these structures help in providing mechanical strength. So now we will discuss about the functions of phloem. First, it helps in conducting organic foods, and the conduction can be bidirectional. It can move upward, it can move downward. According to the position of the leaf, the movement of the organic food can be upper to that region of the leaf, or it can go downwards towards the direction of the roots. As we can see the figure given here, the blue arrows indicate the two-way flow or the bidirectional flow. So here generally the water is going to move up, which we have seen in case of the xylem, but in phloem the direction is bidirectional, right? And phloem also act as source of commercial fibers. Next, we will discuss about the differences between xylem and phloem. So let us see the points on which we are going to differentiate xylem and phloem. The first, direction. Xylem are always unidirectional. They move from bottom to top, and phloem, they are bidirectional. They can either move upward or downward. Let us see the next point, which is on conduction. Xylem helps in conducting water and minerals, whereas phloem helps in conduction of organic food materials. If we compare them on the basis of component, then xylem are having 4 elements: tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers, whereas in case of phloem we have seen that the components are sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. On the basis of function, xylem helps in conduction of water, minerals, and it also provides mechanical strength, whereas phloem provides less amount of mechanical strength. So, let us summarize what we have done in this topic. First, xylem and phloem, which are components of complex permanent tissue, here it says that these complex tissues, they are made up of more than one type of cells. Xylem and phloem together form vascular bundle. Vascular tissues are of two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem helps to conduct mineral salts as well as water, which is the sap, and also provides mechanical strength. Xylem has four elements: tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. Phloem is a living conducting tissue and helps in conducting organic food. Phloem also has four elements: sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. So, with this, we come to the end of our discussion on complex permanent tissue. Thank you, everyone.